Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakmadash. Double honors to the elders, the apostles, and great millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect of the nation of Israel. Start off with the 144,000, which should be the ruling governing body in the kingdom of heaven, which should be all men, 144,000. Also to a lot of the 1/3 here in America, which would be men, women, and children that will be saved. Right? 2/3 of our people here in America will be destroyed. You also have the rebels that are scattered abroad, they'll be destroyed. And you have the elect that's scattered abroad in countries that will be saved, and who the world ignorantly and willingly calls Black, Hispanic, Native American, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Jamaican, Haitian, Guatemala, Panamanians, Cubans. Right? We are the Israelites, contrary to what people want to believe. I am your brother, Yerubia, coming back at y'all with another lesson from End Time Headlines. As y'all can see, it's about the Doomsday clock that Esau has. It says Doomsday clocks says apocalypse is closer than ever. So I believe they moved it to 85 seconds to midnight. So midnight is when all hell breaks loose, so to speak. And the scriptures speak on that. But let me get straight to the scriptures. Right? Let's go to 2 Ezra 14 and verse. I'll give verse 10. It says, "For the world have lost its youth, therefore the times begin to wax old." Right? And how is it happening? Because the things that were, deemed as the way to be, the way to go, the man who's ruling, who everybody looked up to, he going out bad now. Nobody trusts him. Nobody believes him no more. Everybody got, all these other nations got weapons to go against this man. Nobody afraid of him. The truth is out. That's all a part of this the times waxing old, man. It's played out. People waking up to what's really going on, even the other nations, man. And that's why you got so much division, so much, turmoil happening in America and Babylon and around the world. Right? It says, "For the world is divided into 12 parts, and the 10th parts of it are gone already, and the half of a 10th part." This is said during the time of Esdras. How much more now? The time that we in now. Why? If you go to that statue in the book of Daniel, we're at the toes, right? And then that stone, who is Yahweh Shai, is going to come back to rule. Take this man out and set up his people, man, forever. That's what time we in, man. Ain't no another captivity. This man ain't gonna complete his NWO and just be rolling for eternity. It ain't gonna happen, man. He gonna get to complete it to a certain extent, right? People gonna get, C-hipped and all of that. All hell's gonna break loose. He gonna do a lot of damage to a lot of our people, man. Even his own, which we don't care about his own or the other nations. It's only about our people, man. We care about the people, the Israelites. The elect, should I say. We don't care about 2/3. They gonna die, and you have other wicked jakes that's around the world that's scattered. You ain't this truth, we don't care about you. You gonna die. But it says, did I read verse 12? I believe I did. But it says, "And there remaineth that which is after the half of the 10th part." I'll just read it again if I read it already. But it says, "Now therefore set thine house in order, and reprove thy people." Right? You gotta set your house in order. Your people, right? That's what the prophets are doing. The Lord has set up the prophets, right? Start with the elders, apostles, great millstone, and comfort such of them as be in trouble, because it's Jacob's trouble, man. And now renounce corruption. We gotta, put away evil things, sin, the ways of this world, especially if you just come into the truth, just find out. That's what you gotta do, right? Us that been knowing that we Israelites have been in the truth for some couple years, or elders have been in this thing for a long time. We kind of know more than somebody who just came in. We're not kind of, but we know more than somebody that just came in. A couple months ago or something. But it's for all of us. But it's what you gotta do as well if you just came in. Put away the holidays and hanging around the heathen and trusting in Esau and stop eating shellfish and other unclean foods. Hey, please Yahweh by YASHMIAHLA. That should be on your mind daily. Right? It says, let go from the mortal thoughts and cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature. Right? It says, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. You see? And with all hell breaking loose, man, you know, you got the cube agents, right? ICE cube agents. You know, we know what's going on with them in Minnesota, right? And then other parts of Babylon too. It's basically a civil war up there, man. You know, it's gonna happen in all throughout America. Babylon agreed. That's what time we in, man. That's why we gotta put away the mortal thoughts. We can't worry about even death. And if that's what the Lord got for us, that's what He got. We know what we trust and believe in Yahweh YASHMIAHLA and what He's gonna do and how He's gonna have it play out. Right? These people out here, they don't have no hope. All they hope is in America and Babylon. That's what they hope is. Right? That's what they hope is. It ain't in, you know, the Lord's. A lot of these jakes, they hope is in the same thing. It's in the world. It's in the Esau, the man who's ruling. This man, he want to take your ass out. He want to see-hip you. That's what he want to do. He want to make you his damn slave forever. That's what he want to do. Because we still are slaves under this man. Yeah, we're not in physical chains. You know, yeah, we're not getting sold on auction blocks no more. But we still have to go to work every goddamn day. We still have to, you know, pay this, pay that. You know, you got to have this man's permission to do anything. I mean, that's how I seen the curses. It said we would go to this man for warning of all things, and we should be the tail. Right? But all this is coming to an end because this man's financial system is collapsing, but he's doing it on purpose. But the Lord is making him do that. We got to remember, Yahweh YASHMIAHLA is in control of this man. You know, and the fact that he got a doomsday clock, this nigga know that it's the end. He know. But if he speaks about it being the end, he'll say it's the end of all mankind, the end of all humanity. Nigga, no, it's not. It's the end for you. You know? Let's go to it. Let's go to 2 Ezra 6 and 9. It's your end. It ain't the Israelites' end. Right? It says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that falleth. You see that? Jacob, that's us, the Israelites. YASHARAHLA. You know, us so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, that's what he calls us. But we the Israelites. Right? Those are bywords that this man has placed upon us because of us being cursed. Right? That's what's going to happen with this world is. So when it hits midnight, all hell going to break loose. You know, it's just a symbolic clock like you said. But it is going to actually happen, yes. All hell is going to break loose. You know, you're going to need the Lord, man. You're going to need the Lord. You know? But this man know. Like one second he'll tell you that it ain't gonna ever come, or he'll say it's 1,000 years from now, but every year it moves, it seems like. I've been noticing that since I've been in the truth, it moves every year. I believe either last year or the year before it moved multiple times. You know, if I'm not mistaken, but that's the Lord speeding up the time. Let me get that in Matthew 24 in verse let me get verse 22. It says, matter of fact, I'll get verse 21. It says, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no shall there ever be, and except those days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days should be shortened. Right? So the reason why time is speeding up, the reason why things are getting so bad so quickly, is for the elect's sake, which is the Israelites. Right? The Israelites are the elect, but there's an elect within the elect. Because like I said, that's what the scriptures say. 2/3 of people will die here in America, man. There's gonna be way more Israelites that be destroyed. Right? Way more. And even around the globe, and there's gonna be a lot of Israelites that be saved, but there's gonna be way more that die here in America, like it says. And let's go to 2 Ezra 8, because it might be thinking that 2 Ezra 8 and verse 1, it says, and he answered me, saying, the Most High have made this world for many. Right? You got these heathen ruling, but particularly Esau at the head of that snake. Right? These other heathen agree with him. It says, but the world to come from few. That's the Israelites ruling, right? You Edomites about to be put out of the earth, man. You're gonna be rounded up, put in slavery, right? In the kingdom, right, when our Lord Yahushua come back, and then you're gonna be eliminated, man. You know, you ain't gonna be no more eventually. It says, I will tell thee in similitude, Idris, as when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee, that it giveth much mold whereof earthen vessels are made. So it's comparing you people to fucking mold, man. That's how the Lord looks at these people, man. It says, but the little dust that gold cometh out of, even so is the course of his present war. So there's only a few gold pieces. That's the elect of the Israelites, right? That's it. It says, there be many created, but few should be saved. And this devil knows this, man. He know he ain't gonna be saved. But I believe you had a couple months ago, Trump said something about he know he ain't getting into the kingdom of heaven. If I'm not mistaken, he said that. You know, so these people know this, man. They know that they know their history. They know their track record of what they've done to the Israelites. They know, at least they know who they are. So that's why they have this doomsday clock. And that's why they're moving so fast and doing so much so quickly. The Lord's making them do that so that he can come back and destroy their ass and beam up the elect. You know, and this is great news for us, man. We don't want to fucking be here forever, man. You niggas that want to, you think this is the end all be all? Go ahead, nigga. Your ass gonna die. Go ahead. You want to believe that you just chase the bag? You ain't gonna be chasing that bag because they gonna implement that C-hip. You still got niggas scoffing at that. You know, the Lord is making his work. He's making good his word, man. The Lord is a mighty God, man. He's a mighty power. Yahweh Bashmel, he's making everything happen at the right time. You know, not on our time. We on Yahweh Shah's time. That's what time we on. Yeah, we want things to happen today. You know, all hell to break loose today or yesterday when we first came into truth, but that ain't how it works. Let's go to 1 John 2:15. This is what we gotta abide by this as well. It says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. You see, if you love the world, if you love what this world has to offer, and you put that above you, how about Shemar Shine, you're going to be destroyed, man. And you ain't going to be worried about midnight. Most of the Israelites, they're not worried about all hell breaking loose. They thinking that, because especially with this ICE situation, they see that they can mainly go down the northern kingdom, but they go down the southern kingdom niggas too. You know? But you thinking that ain't gonna affect you, or you still thinking that it's just shit is just happening. You know, man, eventually all hell's gonna break loose. That's why you gonna need Yahweh Bashmar Shine that day. Right? And this devil let you know what time it is. And you think that, you know, it ain't gonna happen. You need a damn Edomite to tell you, which he ain't white. I was gonna say white man, but I mean that's what he's calling himself. He placed that name upon himself. But let me get Revelation 12 verse 12 and I'm gonna close out. Because this devil, he coming with it. But it says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them, which the prophets, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knows that he have but a short time. And this proves it. He knows, man. And that's why he's doing what he's doing. And we keep telling you that through the elders, Apostle Green Millstone first, who's been doing this thing for decades, man. He knows what time he's in, and he knows that he's going down. He can't do shit about it. You know, he knows this and understands. But you know, I'm gonna close out. You know, Lord willing, this video was edifying, and these prophecies are speaking very loud. You know, and it's gonna continue to. You know, we're in a time where anything can happen at any time, so you better be on the right side of the Lord, man. Because if you're not, and you're not seeking Him diligently, and you playing games, man, you're gonna be caught out there. So, you know, Lord willing, you know, the elect was edified in this video. You know, I will give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders of Apostle Green Millstone. Until next time, I want to say, Baba Shalom.